man.
Because I'm trying to be original. This freaking guy, man. I want to kick this guy's ass. I want him to come from the UK and come to my backyard. I want this guy to come to me.
She has to acknowledge you.
Swear to God.
You probably DM'd her privately. She's probably ignored you.
Oh my God, this freaking guy, man.
Honestly, I don't know how someone can be happy with coming across so desperate. But you know what? I had this conversation privately, man. What's going on, people? What's going on? As you saw right there, Scotty Trent, the man himself, has come out trying to challenge me. He wants me to go meet him in his backyard. Like, raw, like, why are you so violent for? What is wrong with you? Why would you want to fight someone just because you don't like what they have to say about you? Is it because you're feeling exposed that maybe what somebody's saying about you may legitimately actually be the truth of who you actually are as a person, even off camera? Because this level of aggression is actually embarrassing. He's already challenged to want to fight Josh. He's already said, Josh, come and meet me in my backyard. And now he wants me to meet him in his backyard as well? Like, bro, I don't know what you're into and all them kind of things, but 3 men in the backyard and that. Yeah, I'm not really about that life. I like the ladies, if you dig what I'm saying. Like, yo, keep your hands to yourself and do what you gotta do. Nah, but listen, seriously. At the end of the day, if he wants to go down the route of now making threats and condoning violence on his social platform, I mean, that's more of a reason why the network should never bring him back again, because at the end of the day, this isn't good. You know what I mean? He's literally become another one of those people that 90 Day brings onto their show, and then actually in truth, that person has like some really messed up mental health, mental issue, or some sort of anger management. I don't know what you want to call it, but this guy right here is definitely in that pathway. He definitely needs help at this moment in time. And listen, I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm not even joking. This isn't even a joke, but we already know that this man had a stroke once upon a time. If he doesn't calm himself down, he may have another stroke. You see what I'm saying? So he needs to pipe down with the violence. Like, raw. But anyway. I'm now here with something even more important. Far more important. And to be honest with you, if he wanted to get his hands on me then, well, I mean, what he's going to want to do to me now is going to be quite fascinating. But I've had a conversation. A serious conversation with a woman that Scott has been dating since 2018. She has told all. Now, in this video, I'm going to go through a series of screenshots that she did send my way of a conversation that she was having with another woman that Scott was actually dating at the same time. And the whole agenda is to pretty much expose that Scott is 100% a womanizer, someone that thinks he can get away with dating multiple women at the same time as if it's A-okay. I mean, honestly, what I'm about to show you, what I'm about to tell you is absolutely grotesque. So to be honest with you, if you're eating any food, you might want to rush it real quick, because by the time this video is over, you're going to be sick to your freaking stomach. Promise you now. Now, not only do I have this video here where I'm going to be exposing the fact that this man likes to have multiple women at the same time, amongst other things in his video, but I've also got another video of where I'm actually having a conversation with the young ladies up in particular, and she tells all about Scott's antics from why he went on the show in the first place. Was he actually ever really in love with Lydia? Did he actually ever want to date her? You know what I mean? What he's like as a real person if he doesn't get his own way? Does he get angry? Does he not? Is he actually broke? All of it exposed. This video, I didn't think about whether to upload this video first or the other one first. Yeah, this video will go up first. This video right here is phase 1. Just wait until I upload the video where she tells all. Bruh. But with that being said, Scotty Trent, and for the people who don't actually get it when I say the word trend, just Google the word trend, T-R-E-N. Once you know what it is, you get what I'm saying. But either way though, if you're looking at here, this is one of the first screenshots here that I have in front of you, okay? And this screenshot here is pretty much the woman herself in particular having a conversation with another woman, and they're talking about Scott, okay? Talking about how he has told them both that when the show ends, he wants to be with them. He wants to be with them. The only thing is, though, he's obviously someone that tells all the women in his life the same thing, but obviously doesn't actually mean it. And of course, as you can see, she's showing the other one proof that, yes, this is me with him, And honestly, and I'm not lying to you, this guy is a liar, he's a cheater, all that kind of stuff. But also at the same time, we move on to the next screenshot itself in particular. Now, this one itself in particular is actually, man, quite grotesque. And obviously, it does say, did you go mudding with him the day of the flood? The day before I slept over, we had sex in the front of his Beep. I think so. I'm pretty sure it was meant to be his Jeep. I never do that. I was there that morning. We slept together. I was bringing Ali home. Now, Ali is his dog. As you can see, this is a conversation where pretty much he's had sex with both of these women back to freaking back. Okay. Now, in this conversation here is one about how he talks about going to his sister's birthday, but these women are alluding to the fact that if anything, maybe it was actually him mentioning that he actually wants to go and see another woman, if you dig what I'm saying, because at this moment in time, this woman is under strong influence that Scott has been messing about with most women since he's obviously, you know, been dating her. And it's crazy because you got to think about it. He's been dating her since 2018. He said that he knew Liz 2 years ago. That would have been 2021. So that means the whole time he was doing the shenanigans with Liz, he was also smashing her. You see what I'm saying? As well as God knows who else. But the question is though, how did these two women meet? Well, that's quite fascinating. There is a site in America, I believe it is something like, are we dating the same man? And that is how these women actually, well, these two women actually came across each other and they realized they were both dating the same freaking disgusting man. Yes, I said it, disgusting man. But also on top of that, we'll move on to the next screenshot itself in particular. And this one is where he's basically talking about how the show is scripted and how he actually never liked Lydia and he was just doing it just to be in a show. But as you can see, it does say that he told me it was scripted and he never liked her. And obviously this woman says Lydia was definitely someone that did like him. She definitely thought it was real, but obviously Scott was actually using her. Now that part there will be emphasized more in the video that I've got coming out where I'm having a conversation with the young lady. She'll give you better detail of how the whole situation went down with Lydia and how Scott never had any true intentions of actually wanting to be with her and he was flat out using her just to be on the show. Absolutely grotesque. But also at the same time, obviously as you can see, these women are obviously absolutely peed off with this guy to the fullest, okay? And now at the same time now they're talking about going down to his house and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I don't condone violence, but hey man, scorned women are women to not be messed with. I can tell you that now for sure. But either way though, in this one here, it does show you that this man slept with them both at the same freaking time or the same day. Like for example here, she talks about, you know, I'll let you know my results because both of them are gonna go and get checked to see if they've got any AIDS, of course, because they don't know what the hell this man's been doing to himself. But also it does go on to say that, but he had sex with both of us in the same day, which is disgusting. They're all dumb and dirty. I agree. I feel extremely sick. I feel sick reading this goddamn mess. And also at the same time does go on to say that he is hell-bent to pretty much wanting to be famous. And because he's hell-bent and wanted to be famous, I want you to remember that because she does talk about when they did have an argument later on, of course, in the other video. And trust me when I tell you, this man takes wanting to be famous way too seriously. But this is absolutely sickening that this man obviously put himself in a position where he thought it was okay with, you know, sleeping with two women pretty much on the same day. You know what I mean? The question is, did he even have a shower on that day? I mean, I'm not saying it's okay, but if you had a shower, at least it's a bit less grotesque if you dig what I'm saying, you know what I mean? I think to be honest with you, what makes it disgusting is that both these women thought that they were actually seeing someone that they were going to end up being in a relationship with. Now, of course, if it was a matter where, you know, he was like, listen, man, like, you're just my F-buddy this, F-buddy that, and they all knew it was a little bit of fun, well, of course, we wouldn't be where we are right now. And of course, in that situation, I guess you can't really tell him off or be upset with him for sleeping with two people the same day because obviously he's not actually dating you girls, but because he had told these women that he wants to be with them, he wants to be with them by the time the show ends, he wants to be with them by the time he gets famous, and obviously he had all that intentions to pretty much love upon them, is what makes it freaking disgusting that he's actually two-timing two women at the same time amongst God knows who else. But remember, Liz was a part of this at this time. Now it's quite interesting because obviously Lydia would have been a part of this as well. Honestly, this is way too much information right here, but sadly for you guys, there is more to come. So let's continue. Now, in this screenshot right here, you can see the color by him talking about Lydia. So obviously here, this is when she's asking the question about Lydia, you know, and he's like, I hope everyone likes me, laugh aloud. They hate her. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so this obviously shows that he already planned for himself to go on the show and to use Lydia's hate against her, so people would like him and defend him rather than be on Lydia's side, because I don't want to say that he knew how he was going to treat Lydia, but like he probably knows what he knows he's a manipulative guy, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's crazy because throughout the scene, like, I kept thinking to myself, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy knew who she was, and he was purposely doing certain things because he felt like people would always be on his side and never be on Lydia's side because of her past. And then boom, bam, we have the evidence, and now I can actually say it. It's crazy, right? Like, honestly, it's just disgusting and embarrassing to see. But now in these next screenshots here, this is proof to say that he was talking to both these women exactly at the same time. And of course, bear in mind though, because obviously he was talking to this young lady at the time, around the same time he was obviously getting to know Lydia, that's also proof that he was obviously using Lydia, you know what I mean, whilst also sleeping with somebody else. So, but like I said before, that will be in better detail obviously when the video comes of her actually explaining the scenario. But in this screenshot here, I just want you to pay attention to the date. This is a conversation obviously with one lady, okay? And obviously this is the 4th of March itself in particular, okay? So that's something that I definitely want you to keep in mind, because in the next screenshot here, this screenshot itself in particular was on March, where is it? Boom, boom, March the 2nd. So that means he's talking to both ladies pretty much at the same time. Now, in fact, with this lady itself in particular, he's actually in a situation where in the previous one, he's talking about having babies and stuff. Promising her that, you know, I'll give you a baby, you know, this kind of mumbo jumbo, da 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 da. Like, honestly, this is a guy that will legit tell women what they want to hear just to keep them around and satisfy his own freaking needs. It's just, I probably look like I'm choking more than I look like I'm being sick. But to be fair, it is Scotty trend, so I think me looking like I'm choking while I'm trying to pretend to be sick, it's probably borderline the right kind of expression to use, if you know what I mean. But hey, let's continue. Now remember, I said to you that these two women met each other on a website, okay? And obviously this website itself has groups, a group of obviously where women can catch up men who are literally dating the same women multiple times, right? And these are some of the screenshots provided here, where you can see that a lot of this is quite repetitive, and it's repetitive for a very good reason, because as you can see in the middle one itself in particular, which is this one right here, it does say that he sends creepy shirtless video to everyone. I got one too earlier this year. It was kind of cringy to me, so I unmatched after receiving the video without replying. And also, you know, love this for him, you know? So it's just crazy, because obviously I'll show you another one here. Somebody comes out here and says, I matched a long time ago. He was creepy, immediately asked me about my my vac status. That peed me off, because no medical information of mine is for him to know without even a date. He was also full of himself. Maybe he has settled down a bit the past year, you know what I mean? So either way, these are things that are proving that who he has been on the show is pretty much who he is also in real life. And he likes to talk about how the show is this, the show is that. But in reality, those six minutes that we see of him have given us, or at least given me, a perfect indication that he is exactly that person he shows on screen for 6 minutes to be that person in real life. And I only use the word 6 minutes because he kept complaining about, how can you be judging me after only 6 minutes of seeing me on a TV show? Right, baby. But anyway, at the same time though, there's another screenshot right here where this person even talks about how I feel like this guy always starts a new profile because I'm forever seeing him in the feed. That means he's always active on dating sites. I've seen him multiple times on several apps. Even if I swipe left, he shows back up a few weeks later. Also a personal rule, I do not date male right now. I have, okay, this person, yeah. We don't need to talk about that. But yeah, so, and then obviously just another little one here. This person talks about how he's a narcissist, out to play and run. He's pushy as F, told him narcissist, talked about himself constantly. This right here, he also labeled me his girlfriend after 2 conversations, which is quite interesting because that is something else that will be, you know, exposed as well in the video coming up as well, if you dig what I'm saying. But honestly, things are not looking good. More and more things are coming out, and you know what the most sickening thing is right now? The fact that Tiffany is actually entertaining this guy is just beyond me. I don't know if she's actually entertaining because she actually wants to give him a chance, or if she's entertaining because maybe they've got some sort of deal behind closed doors where they just want to do it just to cause some attention to their pages. But either way though, like, yo, Tiff, this is not good for your image. You need to run from this guy. You need to give him his own treatment, and that's the treatment of block and delete, if you dig what I'm saying. But you do what you gotta do. But hey, we still got one more part to do. Buckle your seatbelts, because goddamn, this is about to get intense. This is the fallout between Scotty and the woman in question. So Now, as you can see, there's a screenshot that he obviously sends in that direction where it shows that he received a message saying that your father-in-law effed me over again. I don't mean to be gossiping, but I trusted him and he did it again. Does he always bring women around? Women need to stick together, and what you see, share with me. I would never share. Everything you see. Scott says, right thing my ass. Bye. Now, of course, she comes in by saying, I didn't say anything that wasn't untrue. You did F me over. I knew this was going to happen, and you swore it wouldn't. There is no turning back. Karma is a bitch. I do deserve better. You're right. You have severe anger issues. There is nothing wrong with me. You are dead to me, and karma is a bitch. I hope you get eaten alive by the media, and I can't wait to comment on what a narcissist you are. I'm sure the 20-year-old has her own story. You will never change. I gave you my all everything, even though it was the inevitable. That's screenshot number 1. Move on to the next one. I don't want anyone happy alone. Trust no one. That's obviously Scott speaking right now. She comes in by saying, well, you trusted me yesterday when it was convenient for you, Scott. It's all good. I was really trying to be your friend. And then he goes on a whole hissy fit about, I'm not texting. She sends a VN. He's not texting. I want a phone call. Because of course, he doesn't want none of this stuff to be documented. Move on to the next one. Following. And now, obviously, as you can see here, she comes in by saying, Scott, don't text. I'm just telling you, you're accusing me of stuff I didn't do. I was just trying to be your friend, and that's what you do. You don't text. I don't trust your daughter, your friends. Stop texting me. Be a grown woman and call. I will not be baited. Keep texting, I'll block. Last time you text or voice message, I'll block. Pick up the phone and call. You should act like an adult. So of course, this is Scott trying to avoid, any more evidence of him speaking in a certain ways. That's why he wants a phone call. If it was me, I would have just recorded the phone call. But anyway, life continues. Now, of course, this is Scott now talking about how allegedly he's got a contract. I'm taking another contract and I'm in a position to date anybody, to be honest with you, or desire. And I also am doing another television show. So Misery and his company people want to say bad things about me. We're all cross adults. We're all cross adults and we make decisions. I'm driving and I don't care about typos. You get what I'm trying to say. I hate that all women and adults that make decisions and then play victim after. It's ridiculous. And let's just embellish the truth and exaggerate about things being said and feel better about yourself with rejection. And you can copy and paste all of that on Facebook page. I plan on trying to get that page shut down. Of course, that is a page that I showed you previously of him being exposed for being a womanizer. God damn, this man is angry. But I'm interested to find out though, what show is he talking about? But we continue though in another one. How do you live with yourself? You better look for a new RT contract because the world is going to hate you and TLC will want nothing to do with you. I sleep great at night and the crazies on your Facebook page. Are you dating the same guy? Is distorted and one is crazy. Nothing but bitter women who love to gossip and slander. All of you, get a life. Tell them all to enjoy the show. I'm not on that page. My friends are. I don't think they are crazy when they have proof. They were effing you while you were telling me you loved me. God damn, that is tragic to read, man. I'm gonna lie to you, man. God damn, finding that out. The sad part is that I am distraught since you blew me up for no reason. You finally understand it was never but anything I did. Let me continue to the last screenshot itself in particular, where Scott continues to take no self-accountability. And in this one itself in particular here, how do you tell someone you love them when you don't? How do you destroy someone you know is already on the verge of disparatory? I just said that word wrong to be honest with you, because she lost her father and is about to lose her mother. Someone you know is hanging on a string, on by a string. Like honestly, this guy is heartless, absolutely heartless. Then here he says her name and goes, is crazy. We hung out 2 times after you and I. Sorry, it's my bad. He's actually talking to another woman in this conversation about the woman in question. Just to correct that, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, man, it's been a hard video to make. There's a whole lot of information, okay? Allow me. Like the video. Anyway, so-and-so is crazy. We hung out 2 times after you and I, her for years. I can start talking about her past history, depression, and suicidal tendencies as well. And I'm going to talk to an attorney about removing the group which is slandering me. I had a few women I know has friends snapshot the something and also defended me. Whew, boy, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This video was one hell of a roller coaster to freaking make, man. Honestly, the man it takes, blah, 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 blah. But it's very hard to read some of these things because the typos are insane. But anyway, I'm pretty sure everybody gets a gist of exactly what was going down. And just to summarize the whole situation. So in a nutshell, Scott this whole time had been dating more than, well, he was dating 3 women, to be fair, actually 4 women that we can definitely confirm. 1 is the woman that obviously sent me this. 2 is the woman that she was talking to, given the fact that they both found out they were both dating the same person. 3 is obviously Liz, because of course he had been dating this woman since 2018. Liz, his relationship with her started 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. Either way, it is still within the timeline since 2018. And then also we've got Lydia as well, who he obviously went on a show with, also a woman that he was, you know, trying to smash, but obviously she wasn't having none of it. So that is 4 women straight off the bat. We know 100% that he was in conversation with, and 3 of them 100% we know that he was sleeping with. 1 of them we know he's even sending money to be honest with you. This man is absolutely grotesque and he needs serious help. So that's one summary, that he was definitely dating multiple women at once. 2, everyone that was on that page pretty much called him creepy, a narcissist, pushy, and someone that just loves to talk about himself. You know what I mean? Which is something that I've already identified and said, but he happily wants to deny. And then also at the same time, we're in a situation right here where he doesn't like to take any accountability. He likes to just be gaslighting the women in all shapes or form. It is absolutely just jarring. But like I said before, this is just this video. There was another one where she legit tells all with her own voice. So watch out for that one if you dig what I'm saying. But with that being said, please do make sure you hit that like button. And I'll see you guys in the comment section, okay? As well as subscribing as well. Hey, thank you so much. Peace.